and a warm welcome to my talk show, Tete at Suvees Power Meet in collaboration with Yellow Spider Events. So today is Sunday evening. How you folks have been doing? I hope you guys had a blessed and rested Sunday. Well, Sundays are very, very special because on my talk show, that's Tete at Suvees, we have invite a youth that day. And today, indeed, is a very, very special young man who's going to come as my guest. And I'm extremely excited on having him on my talk show. Well, there's a very famous saying that says the famous painter Van Gogh had said, and I happened to learn this quote from our guest only. He says that, I dream my painting, I dream my painting, and I paint my dream. So, isn't that an amazing quote? If you, whoever has joined us, and if you really like this quote, please give me a thumbs up, or please give me a hello, or please give me a shout so that I know you guys have joined my talk show. And our guest is none other than the very amazing, an absolute giver. His name is Arjun Divekar. So I always, in fact, even when we were having a conversation, I was telling him, being the scion of such a well-known legal firm that's Divekar and Associates, what is the pressure like? So today we are going to find out from him whether is there any pressure at all or no. So talking about Arjun, 20-year-old who is studying law currently from Mumbai University, somebody who really gives back to society, and he's been doing that ever since he was young. He is also into music, as in percussion. He plays the drums, and he's also learning the djembe from Shri Taufiq Qureshi ji. And he's a wildlife enthusiast. Wow. But the thing that we connect the most on, he's also extremely fond of food, and so am I. So without much ado, let's get him on the show with a big round of applause. We welcome Arjun Divekar. And here he comes. The claps mustn't stop. Hello, Arjun. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Absolutely good. And the heat in Bombay is really killing us, right?
Yes,
Well, so should we start our conversation?
yes, can't wait.
Yes, absolutely. So we'll start with a high five, a virtual high five. Yeah, there it goes. Well, Arjun, as I said, when I was talking about you before you got onto the show, I said that, being a scion of such a well-known law firm, 100-year-old, Divekar and Associates, having an amazing grandmom who's extremely known in the legal field, having both your parents who are well known in the legal field. So ever, you had the pressure, any kind of pressure that, oh my God, how am I going to deal with this? Did that thought ever come across?
Yeah, I mean, I still think like that. Like, how am I gonna deal with it and cope with it? But I've never had any pressure of sort. Like, I've always seen my parents work since I
Yeah.
was a child, and they work very hard, and it's a very hectic life. But
right,
in fact, like, there was no pressure, because, and I can say that because at one point of time I was really into cooking, and I used to have this discussion with my parents, and my mom told me that you can open a restaurant for yourself if you want, you can get into that line of business. But then, when I thought about it, and I was just thinking, so I chose law because it's more sustainable, and I can keep
right,
my hobbies and passions, and I can do them side by side. So something that keeps me entertained as well, and relaxes me and de-stresses me. So
right.
there was no pressure, but you always feel pressure within yourself, like, will you be able to live up to the standards that my parents have created, or like be as good as them or smart as them? But that's still something I'm figuring out, because I cannot say that now.
Because you are yet studying law, right? Yeah. So this entire quote, which we spoke about, yeah, which you are fond of, is what Vincent van Gogh said, that I dream my painting and I paint my dream. So if you could tell us a little more about it, as in, what is your understanding of it, Arjun?
When I read this quote some time back, I realized that, what does he mean by I dream my painting and I paint my dream? So the
Yeah.
painting that he's dreaming about is where he wants to be and how he wants it to look. But
Right.
and he's painting his dream, that means he's working towards his dream. So it sounds very simple. He's painting his
Right.
dream, but the process of painting is goes
Right.
through hard work, success, failure. He's fed up of what he's doing, but it's all a process, and it's a long process, and in
Right.
the end, final work is a masterpiece. In the end, it's
Yeah.
that. So that's what I also aspire to be. Like, through hard work, I want to be someone who is like very good at what he does. So that's
Does.
what
Yeah.
my whole visualize it. So the more you visualize it, the more you work towards your goals, the harder you work, you get to what you want to achieve. That's
Excellent. Superb. 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 Big round of applause for you, Arjun. Well said. Well said. Superb. Okay, Arjun, you have been participating in the national mock trial competitions. Please share it with us and your viewers, and our viewers. What has your experience been like?
so when I
And
started
and you also won, one competition. I remember that. So if you could please share it.
So when I started law college, there's something very famous in law colleges known as moot courts. So
Okay.
moot courts are basically a simulation of what goes on in an actual court, but they prepare the case, and the case is completely fictional, based on the
Right.
real laws that are present in our country today. So
Right.
the first ever national mock trial competition I participated in with my team. So in a team, the team consists of three members. So that
Right.
was a criminal case in Mohali Law Institute, Army Institute of Mohali. So,
Okay.
and that was our team's first experience, like, ever as a national in a national competition against very well-known colleges, national law colleges, and all. So we were quite scared, but I think the way we prepared for it, just because we were so scared about the outcome, was the reason why we did so well. Because
Right.
we used to discuss, we used to keep reading, we used to discuss ad nauseum, and we used to be on Google Meet till around 3 in the morning, just discussing, doing research, writing,
Right.
like, just perfecting our knowledge about the particular case and the laws that surround it.
Right.
And in the end, the two speakers that were in the team spoke very well and won the competition. So
Superb.
that's what, and all this, the whole process helped us. And after that, I participated in two more national law competitions. One was the GLS, that was based on environmental law and constitutional law, a mix of
Right.
those, which was a
Right.
pretty new area. And from that competition, I learned that there is a lot of knowledge that you need when it comes to environmental law and constitutional law, and there is a lot to read. And the third competition I just recently participated in was in collaboration with the United Nations High Commissioner on Refugee Crisis, and it was held by the one of the most popular law colleges, Nalsar, in Hyderabad. And that
Right.
was just an amazing experience for me, because that taught me so much. That taught me that you need to be so fluent with your work, and you need to the basic principles are so important, and you need
Right.
to know them very well. So all of these competitions that I participated in were an amazing learning experience for me, because they
Right.
helped me a lot to grow in knowledge as well as a person. So it was a very
That's
good.
brilliant, brilliant, Arjun. Thank you for sharing. So, Arjun, I'm quickly going to ask you this. I'm sure that there must have been times that you must have heard your parents talk about, a particular case, or some kind of case they've been really, really, really working on, and so ever since a child, has there been a particular case which really had you could see that that's a case which your parents are really into it, and it's a very important one, or it's really very, very interesting. Any such case
No,
that you remember, any such memory?
you just described every Monday in my house. So that is like every week there is a day where my parents come home and they just keep talking about a case. And even though I
Yeah,
don't know, like there have been a few instances where I've asked what a case is about, and it's quite
yeah,
interesting to know certain details about a case, which are very unique. So every
right,
case is unique in its own way, and until a few years, I wouldn't ask them so much, because I wouldn't associate with it. But now, once I started studying law, and once I
yeah,
started learning about the law, I started asking them, and I started also taking interest in the cases. So
right,
I mean, I can't think of any specific case at this point, but there
yeah,
have been cases which related to builders
yeah,
cheating in society, and how
yeah, yeah,
builders, how cooperative housing society formation works. So all that
right,
very relevant right now,
yeah.
and
And lot of
yeah,
learning, right? Lot of learning from the
uh,
discussions, and how
correct.
you learn from their perspectives. I think that's very interesting, right? So, Arjun, one uh, quick question again, about your grandmom, Lata Desai. I mean, I've been very honored that she's also been a part of my talk show. She's come as my guest. So, any kind of learning from her?
Yeah, I mean, I think she's taught me so much that
Yeah, I
she
can
looks
imagine.
at everything in a very practical way,
Right.
and the one of the most hardworking persons ever, like I've seen. Like, she's always shielded me from working very hard at this age, because she thinks I should enjoy right now and I should have fun. But she says that you should enjoy, but she works really hard even at the age of 75. So
Yes, yes,
I
yes,
actually look up to her, because at this age also she insists on going to office when most
yes.
people want to sit at home. So
Yeah, yeah.
very inspiring, and
Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, Arjun, now we're going to come to, your love for, instruments, your love for percussion, your love for drums, and the djembe that you have been learning for. Tell us how that happened with you. Yeah.
so I started with the tabla. I started playing
Oh,
tabla at the
okay,
age of 3 and 4, between 3 and 4,
okay.
and slowly I started learning tabla with my teachers. And when I joined school, I started playing the drums in the 5th grade. So
Oh, lovely.
I played the drums for almost all events in school from the 5th to the 10th grade, and
Super.
I really enjoyed it, because I was one of the
Yeah.
only drummers in school at that time. So it
Very
was
cool.
fun.
Very cool.
So it was fun, and I mean,
Yeah.
it's really a. I don't say this much, but I play for myself, because it really helps me, like, um, escape, and it helps
Superb.
me, like, it.
Superb.
I
Yeah.
enjoy it a lot. So that's how my drumming started. And after I left the 10th grade, I didn't play the drums that much, because I didn't get an opportunity to do so. But
Right.
luckily, after the 12th grade, I joined Ustaad Taufiq Qureshi's class,
Gee,
who really taught me to play the djembe,
yeah.
which is an African instrument,
Instrument. Yeah.
but Tawfiq sir has embodied Indian beats and Indian um, music styles into the whole performance of the djembe, and
Right.
it's a very technical instrument to learn, but it's also very interesting to learn from one of the maestros in percussions.
Of course, yes. Who better than him? Who better than him? So, Arjun, I'm going to trouble you and I'm going to request you. Can you please play
So,
the djembe for us? Wow, he's going to actually play for us. Super.
I'm going to play a very short piece. So I'm going to
Yeah.
start with a small piece and then go on to a more familiar piece which your audience will resonate with. So
Okay.
I'm going to
Okay.
start.
Go for it. Yes. Yes. Wow. Come on, guys, all of you all who are watching us, come on, please, on the chat box, please. You have to put claps. Arjun Divekar, you were brilliant. I could just sit still, and I'm sure everybody in the audience also in their homes, their respective homes, must be really moving to the beat because it was brilliant. Do you want to share with us what you played, Arjun?
So yeah, so the first four beats I played
Yeah.
was the teen tal, which is a very basic
Yes.
progression which you play before
Right.
uh, every pattern. And the
Right.
next I played, because it's something that most of y'all will resonate with, which is bhangra. So I played a
Yeah.
short
Yeah.
piece on the bhangra, which is
Yeah.
also a very nice pumpy beat,
Yes.
which most
Yes.
people dance
Absolutely.
to.
You actually made us rock, man. I forgot about the heat. I forgot about everything. And I have my friend Sham Sharma who's joined with me, who's also very much into the music and he really enjoyed. I've got my friend Parag from Pune. He too joined. He also enjoyed it. Oh my God, there are so many people. And of course, we've got Lata Desai, we've got Preeti Desai, and we've got a whole lot of other people who've joined. Thank you so much, all. Thank you, guys. And we've got Isham Karanjikar. And so, would you like to say hello to everyone, all those who've joined? Thank you, viewers. Thank you for joining us. Wasn't that brilliant? Okay, so this brings me to ask you. Of course, music is something which is, I think it just takes you to another world. That's what I feel. So, tell me now. What is it that you planning on doing? Are you planning to do you perform? Do you do shows, or you just doing
So
this just for your happiness?
I mean, I'm learning under Qureshi sir, so he
Yeah.
gives me many opportunities to perform. I just performed recently a month ago for
Mm.
Ustad Allah Raka's event.
Right.
So that's an online event. So that was
Right.
my first performance under Taufiq sir, and
Right.
it was a big honor for me, and it was amazing. But I used to perform regularly in school, um,
Right.
all the events. So I used to perform a lot on the drums. So
Okay. Okay. Okay.
a lot.
Okay.
I used to have at least perform at least twice or thrice a year for different school events. So that I've been performing since the school times.
Excellent. Superb. Superb. So now, with you know being a percussionist, playing percussion instruments, you are also and you like to basically uh, uh, enjoy various cuisines, right? And interesting ones too. So, are you fond of cooking, Arjun?
Yeah, so I think cooking is I'm very fond of cooking, and cooking is one of my the ways to just relax and have fun for me.
Right. Right.
So yeah, I cook for myself when I'm hungry. and like, in general. So,
And what is your favorite cuisine?
I mean, I like all cuisines, but I really like Japanese food.
Yeah,
That
oh God, sushi.
yeah, I really like Japanese food.
So
I,
have you actually made sushi at home? Really?
never, I've not made sushi. But
Because I think that's the
I want to
it's
leave it.
pretty
Yeah,
laborious to make it.
I leave it to the professionals who will feed me. So
So, you're also an avid wildlife enthusiast, yeah, and you love to travel. So, tell us something more about it. You know,
so
any interesting experiences?
many. I mean, I love to travel in general, besides wildlife also. But when you if you
Yeah,
speak about wildlife specifically, I think a jungle is one of my favorite places to be, just to be peaceful and just be one with the environment and nature.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I mean, I am very interested in animals, so I like to track them, like especially tigers. And recently in 2017, I went to Masai Mara to see the Great
yeah,
Migration, and
yeah.
that was an
Yeah.
unforgettable experience for me.
Brilliant.
Spot,
Yeah,
I spotted the big five. I was
yeah,
walking 5, 10 feet away from
yeah,
hippos,
yeah.
crocodiles, lions, and I mean it was
Wow.
such a magical experience for me.
Yeah,
At least just to be there. I mean, I can spend a lot of time there taking
yeah.
photographs and just soaking the whole experience.
Yeah, yeah, wow. And yesterday was World Environment Day, so yeah, brilliant. I totally resonate with you where you say, talk about Masai Mara. I think that was one of our trips that we had taken was the most memorable trips because
Yeah,
the big five, yes, the big five
yeah,
was, and in fact, I remember, my kids were very small then, Arjun, Jai and Krish were yet very tiny then. So we'd seen the entire the pride, so the
yeah.
entire lion, the lion, the lioness and the cubs and all, and they were all, it was just
Like
unbelievable,
like a movie.
yeah, it was like, I mean really seeing this, and we actually saw a kill happening,
Yeah,
Arjun. Yeah,
yeah. I
that
was
was
lucky enough to witness a
like,
kill.
oh God, it was like, really, this is happening. Oh, but it was a wonderful feeling. So, Arjun, coming back to from where we started, yes, I know I asked you this question, but what is your goal that you want to achieve, coming from being a CEO of uh, a very well-known law firm, Divekar and Associates, and then having your entire family into it. So, what is Arjun Divekar's? No, what is Arjun's goal? I will take up the
So
Divekar. Only
I mean,
Arjun.
the goal is something that I'm still working on.
Okay.
But in I would like to start by saying, like, answer your question by first saying that law as a subject and as a profession gets more interesting day by day, and there
Yeah.
are so many things that nobody has thought of yet that have to be implemented in law, and that makes it more exciting and interesting for me. So
Right.
one of my goals, you can say, can be in any way to make a contribution to the society of law in any way
Right.
that's possible. That will make like a major contribution, like, or a small contribution, but a contribution in general to the
Right.
law that will help people, or that will in general help our country or the law in
Right.
general, make it.
Right.
So that's one of my goals.
Excellent, excellent. Very well said, Arjun. Must say that. Superb. We even spoke about what Mark Twain said,
Yeah,
that, it, uh, what
yeah.
it
It
takes him
usually
about
takes more than, like, Mark Twain said, that it
yeah,
usually takes me more than 3 weeks to
3 weeks.
prepare a good impromptu speech.
Right,
So
right,
by that he means that even something that's impromptu needs you to put work into it, needs you to
right,
put some hard work into it. So
right.
yeah,
So basically, never shy away from working hard. Hard work and perseverance can I always say that. I think that's something which even I quote all the time. That with hard work and perseverance, you can reach the. I mean, reach the sky. The sky is the limit. Literally. So anything is possible with that. That's wonderful, wonderful knowing so many things about you, Arjun. It was great chatting with you. How I wish you could play us some more because we are greedy people. We had so much fun, especially when you started with the Bhangra beats. It was so much fun. You just couldn't sit still, So we wish you all the very best in all that you do in your future endeavors. God bless you, and yes, Arjun, thank you. Really, from the bottom of my heart, for coming on my talk show. It was great, great having this conversation with you. And I'd really like to thank both your parents, yeah, because I always say that anything and everything that we do in our life, our foundation has to be very strong. As
Correct.
we were talking about the buildings. The buildings also, when they are built, if the foundation is not strong, the building is not going to stand, right? It's going to
Correct.
crumble. So for us, it's going to be our family, our parents. That's our foundation, and if we have their support in whatever we do, we can do anything in life. Nothing is uh, impossible then. So I'd really like to thank your wonderful parents, your inspiring mom, Dr. Pallavi Divekar, and your wonderful dad, Advocate Yashodhan Divekar. Um, thank you very much.
Thank you
And
for having
Arjun,
me. Really nice
and
experience.
Arjun, I hope you enjoyed uh,
Yes, I enjoyed it.
yeah, being on my talk show. Yeah. Well, as I say it on every of my episode, please, please stay safe and think positive. Yeah. I know these are tough times. We are all going through this uh, pandemic, which we never even dreamt of. But if we are together, we can definitely win it. And one more thing, which I always say, please, if there is something worrying you, if there is something troubling you, please do not keep it bottled up within you. You know, a friend who you trust, please share it with them. A family member who you trust, please share it with them. Because if you talk about it, if you communicate it, then you can find the solution to what's bothering you. And if somebody else is facing the same problem, you can help them too, right? But by just keeping it bottled up within you, okay, it's only going to harm your health, right? And I always say that if you look after your health and if you are healthy, you can look after your family. What do you say, Arjun? Do you agree?
I completely agree with you.
Well, so we shall see you again next Sunday with another amazing youth. And next Sunday's youth is very, very interesting too. Oh, well, uh, have a great Sunday evening with your family members at home. God bless each and every one. And please, yes, stay safe. And yes, 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 before I forget, do not forget to go to my YouTube channel. That's Dr. Suhani Mendonsa. Please do like, share, subscribe. Very important. Please subscribe. And yes, please do comment. We want to know your views. Kindly do comment. Yeah, that will be really, really great if you could do that. On that note, once again, have a great Sunday evening. God bless each and every one of you all. Thank you once again for joining me on my talk show, Trinidad and Suvees Power Meet, in collaboration with Yellow Spider Events. Bye bye. God bless. Thank you
Bye.
so much, Arjun Divekar.
Thank you so much.